Hi, so I want to document the crystal gridding of my house. So excited. It's the first time I've done this. And one of my beloved creatively fit coaches and most amazing woman, Karen Adamski, also known as Shama Mama, has journeyed for me and received the exact crystals that are meant to be buried in the 4 directions around my house, and then the 4 directions in between. So north, south, east, west, and then also, northwest, southwest, that kind of thing. So I just got out my handy compass on my phone and determined that this corner, so here's the house, and this exact corner where there's these mountain ash trees, a mountain ash tree and something else, I'm not really sure. I've got to love on these trees for sure. But this corner, which has this cool big old rock, so just a little further south of here is Wallowa Lake, and this is kind of the backside of the moraine. So when the glacier came through, it like bulldozed the earth, and that's the land I'm on. So excited. So I'm gonna go around and dig holes. I'm wondering if I should start in the east. The new beginnings. I think so. So this is the north, which seems super easy right here. But I'm gonna go ahead and start in the east. And I'm not sure how close to do it around my house. I think I'm gonna do it, those juniper bushes aren't necessarily staying, but I want it to feel expansive. So I'm gonna go on the other side of the juniper bushes. So since it's gonna get cold soon, I don't have the crystals yet, but I figured I could dig the holes first. Okay, so I'm heading to the east, new beginnings, and I'm gonna dig holes in the east, and then south, and then west, and north. I still have to go never eat shredded wheat. Remember. And then when the crystals arrive, blessed and anointed by Shama Mama, I will do a ceremony and plant them lovingly in their spots. So when I get the package, I'll show you. Yay!
Okay, hello everyone. So I got my crystals for my crystal grid around my home. The holes are dug, waiting, and this is Shama Mama, my beloved Karen Adamski.
Hello.
This,
I'm so excited that we get to open this together.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So tell everyone a little bit about like what it means. I think I mentioned to them that you journeyed to, not journeyed, but anyway, journeyed to receive which crystals.
Right.
So, and that you could do that for them as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, Whitney, you just asked me what crystals would be the best for your new home. And it was really interesting because I thought, oh, I know what she needs. And then I thought, but let me journey. Let me get some guidance from spirit. Let me see. Oh my gosh, it was so not what I would have told you. So anyway.
Which was the one? Okay, well, I'll pull these out and then we'll see. But I'd love to know which one surprised you the most. Look how these come wrapped so like carefully. Oh, nice. And so you've got a label with directions about where to put. So this is the black kyanite.
Yes, and that was the one that really kind of surprised me because typically when I do grids for homes and like my home, for example, I use black kyanite. That's always my go-to for protection and gridding. It's just really, really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I was going to tell you to use. But I very clearly was told that you should be using this black kyanite and that you should be placing it specifically with the fans, the widest part of the fan going outward away from your home. So
well, I love how it says it is a tranquilizing and powerful transmitter and amplifier of high frequency energy.
yes.
And when I moved here to this county 7 years ago or something, is when I really kind of got all the information about me having a lot of metal as far as the elements. Like I have.
Oh gosh, I remember that.
Yeah, so I've been told multiple times that I have a lot of metal, but I didn't really get that because I feel more flowy, like go with the flow. And metal feels rigid. But then I learned that metal is the best conductor of energy. And so metal people want to take the energy that they receive and radiate it out, which is totally what I love to do. Like I can barely not share anything with the world. And then in my previous life, when I was in a marriage that was creating the opportunity for me to liberate myself, I did not want to radiate that energy, and I had digestive issues, and like I could not eliminate the energies I was taking in, and that all came into my new house. So this makes total sense to me.
Yes, and it makes total sense to me from how I was really envisioning. What I was calling in at the time was I was thinking about you. I was thinking about your new property. I was thinking about your children and your family. And I was thinking about Chief Joseph. And I was thinking about the land. And I was thinking about all of your friends and clients that are going to be coming to your property and learning from you. And to me, that's where that amplified energy comes in too, because it's very tuned into spirit and, that cleansing and that protection, but that moving upwards, moving higher, that high amplitude. So that's what it's all about for me. I kind of saw it from a different perspective, I guess, but it makes lots of sense to me too, from a different perspective for you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So I love how you intuited that, and I have this whole story behind it that you might not have been aware of. Okay, so these are the and then these are for the 4 corners. Okay, so that's 4 corners. So I dug 8, right? So the 4 corners and then the 4 side corners. What do we call those?
I call them the in-betweens. That's what I call them. But, and that's kind of why I drew the little,
The moonstone.
The moonstone, yes. And that's that flowy kind of feminine energy that's all about new beginnings. And I was kind of chuckling on my journey because, again, moonstone is not something I would have picked. But then when I was, received the message, I thought, oh, I remember you saying something about moonstone. So I was like, oh yeah, cool.
I can't remember what it was, but I was, guided, told something to work with moonstone, and I was kind of looking for a moonstone ring, and I love moonstone. I've never really owned a moonstone, so yeah, when you said moonstone, I was like,
yeah. And the thing I was also surprised by was the size that they're very dainty. Some of them, that they're chips intentionally. That's what I was guided to do. So it's a good reminder that, it doesn't have to be a big jumbo stone to be super powerful. Yeah,
right. And
so
so
I was surprised by that though.
Right. So you have 8 of these. So so I could put, like in one hole, I could use one of these bags and put everything in the bag and then put that in the ground.
So if you have, that's the moonstone. So I figure there's 8 holes, right? And there's 8 moonstones. So you're going to put one little moonstone in each hole.
Like I could use the bags to kind of make my north, south, east, west, and then the in-between.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so smart.
Right?
Yes.
These are, oh, this cedar. Okay, so you sent me little gifts. We'll show those.
Okay.
Okay. I love this. And I remember, for those of you who, like I've had someone say, of course my son's just like, Mom, you're crazy. But like, why bury crystals around your house? And I'm like, why not? Like, and then, I share, depending on who's asking me, that what first got it for me that working with crystals was, had kind of a practical side to it. Like I was all for it, like, sure, work with crystals, love it. But when I read about how the vibration of the earth and the vibration of our earth, our bodies, are meant to be in harmony, they're meant to be exactly the same. And as soon as I read that, and the fact, of course, that we can be out of sync with that vibration, it was like, whoa, we all know what that feels like.
Yeah. I mean,
Having
it's so
crystals
easy, right?
around you. Yeah, it like helps bring you in to harmony, into the, you know, like catch up with the beat, getting sync.
Right. And it really helps balance you, right? And the thing is, you kind of touched on that we can get out of balance so easily, especially, you know, with our energy and our individual chakras. But
Well,
the
in
thing
this
about
modern world,
yeah. And the thing with crystals is you cannot make them go out of balance. They will not change. So it's good medicine. It's something you can always go to. And it's always going to be there to help you. The molecular makeup is such that it will not change.
right.
So it's a good anchor for us, good foundation.
Right. Okay, so this is the yellow optical calcite.
I was surprised by this as well. And this, I believe, for you is all about clarity. And this includes your children as well in this home, and your family and friends, that, you know, being very clear.
Yeah.
Even more clear than you already are, right? It's just all about clear. And it's about navigation as well. The Vikings used to use that stone to navigate before the compass was invented. Pretty cool, right?
And I love that you got the yellow and the clear, and that I'm supposed to do clear, like north, south.
Yes.
And I think I will do east, west with the yellow, because that's like the sun rising and setting.
That makes so much sense. See, and I wasn't sure. For me, just I was very clear that they needed to be across from one another, but I was not clear on which direction. So that was for you to figure out.
Yeah, and see how that came. Karen and I were just talking earlier when I dug the holes, as you all shared with me, how it just seems so obvious. And a little puppy dog. And I'd been asking her, like, how far out from the house? And it doesn't encompass my whole property, because I've kind of got multiple lots. But it's a nice big circle around my house.
Yes.
And it was just, you know, the tree was there, the rock was there. It was crazy.
That's awesome. And just think that in the future, you can then make grids outside of that, or you can make grids inside of that too. So this is your first grid, I have a feeling. And then it just kind of grows.
Oh, like a mandala.
Exactly.
Louise, that just got me really excited. Okay, and rose quartz, we love.
Yeah. That's the love stone. So just sprinkle that around in the 8 holes as well. Surround your home with love, that vibration.
Yeah, so you all know rose quartz is the heart chakra. Well, you may not, but now you do. Rose quartz, rose, and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And so then we have, the pink tourmaline.
Yes. And that is such a gentle stone, again, for your heart chakra, but also for protection. It's a strong protection stone as well.
Yeah. That's important.
Yeah. Good for emotional healing as well.
Ooh, can be used to repair holes in the auric field. Nice.
Yeah. So think about that for the land's sake, not even for your personal sake, but for the sake of the land. You don't know the history so much of what happened there before, by goods and bads. So that can help heal the land as well, and the land's aura.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you mentioned, I'm kind of in the foothills of Chief Joseph Mountain, and Karen has a relationship with Chief Joseph through her shamanic training that happened way before she and I met. Which
it's crazy. It's like mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing.
Let me grab the painting. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Look at my fanny.
So then she sent me, I kind of asked, actually, I knew enough to ask for some clear quartz, because it's an amplifier. You painted Chief Joseph. Oh, I love your Chief Joseph.
No, but that's the thing. Remember, we talked about that. I painted him before we met. That was part of it, part of that whole crazy story.
Right. Wow. And if you guys look in Rise Above, if you don't have my book Rise Above, go to Amazon.com and get it. But there's a picture of Chief Joseph. Chief Joseph has been a huge force in my life, and Karen met him in her shamanic.
And I think I think he connected us.
Yeah. because the first time I met this woman on one of my webinars, I was just like, oh, I want to be with her. Like, I love her. And so I'm showing them the quartzes that you sent. Thank you. Wow. And then, okay, and then you sent an offering to Chief Joseph, which, oops, it just came off. And so what is this stone? How did that come about? How did you know? It's a, what is it? I'm learning. I'm a baby crystal learner. Oh, Karen's frozen. We can guess what this is. I feel like it's another calcite, but we'll see once she comes back. Karen. Read again. Okay, she's back. So, spirit, right?
Oh yeah, that's just, I think, as inconvenient as that is in the moment. With spirit energy, that's often what happens. And so just quirky things happen. Things pop up at random times, you know. So
well, and I remember learning that spirit and like soul's energy, whatever, they work through minor electrical disturbances because everything's energy, and so it's easier to kind of play with the electric. So if you've ever had weird electrical stuff going on, you know, say a little prayer or ask, you know, my kids grew up whenever there was weird stuff, like we had a weird ice maker and a weird VCR, and they'd be like, Grandma Marion, stop messing with the ice maker. And
yeah. Yep.
Okay, so what is the Chief Joseph stone you sent?
Oh, that's Himalayan pink salt. So just to put that into the earth for healing.
Oh, I love it.
A lot of sadness in the earth there, you know, from I know, really. That's so funny. Because you know I licked that too before I sent it.
Right? I love
never
salt.
Help myself.
I totally crave salt when I'm like,
I just know I can't help myself.
yeah.
Just like giving it a little kiss.
You did. Okay, well, I'm gonna go out and bury these because the ground is getting chilly and it's a new moon-ish. I mean, it was just a new moon.
Yeah.
You know, we're still in new moon phase, so good time to plant things you want to grow. So all this gorgeous energy. Karen, thank you so much. And how do people find you on Etsy, or how should they contact you to get their own home crystal grid?
Yeah. Okay, so a few addresses here. So my website is shamamama.com, and so that's kind of my base camp. My crystal store, where you can buy lots and lots of different crystals, and I can build grids for you. That's Blue Moon Shadow on Etsy. And then if you're interested in taking a class about crystals and how they can be used within so many different ways within your life, I have a course that you can take, and that's in my online school at shamamama.teachable.com.
Nice. And that's SHAMAMA.
It's like banana, right? It's Shama, SHAMA, Mama, MAMA.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, well, I'll post the links below. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I feel like I've been waiting years and years to be able to have the land to do my crystal grid. And of course, here you are, the perfect.
No, and I know how important it is. So it was absolutely my honor and my pleasure. So thank you for thinking of me.
Good. Okay, well, thank you all for joining me on this segment, the crystal grid segment of the Freya Home Makeover. And then I'm going to get back to painting turquoise. Oh, I just wiped it off my fingers. I'm painting this pretty turquoise in the hallway.
Ooh.
Oh,
yay, I'm going to have to go and check all that out once you have it posted.
Yeah, I'll do another video soon because we're at kind of that painting stage. Mwah. Thank you so much, darling.
Love you.